Now we're going to look at outcomes and rubrics. So all of our classes must have learning outcomes or objectives, but anyway, you have a link here to outcomes. So in a class, and this is per class how this is done, you're going to basically add groups and then outcomes for the groups. So the groups represent the major learning outcomes for the class. Most classes have between 4 and 10 learning outcomes. So you add a group for each one of those. So so if there were 10, you just do, I don't know, an outcome is what a student is going to be able to do at the end of a class. Oh, okay, so I had one here. Designing an online learning experience. And just press create to meet the needs of a specific situation. Okay, so that's a learning outcome. But that's just a group. It's not an actual outcome itself. So then what you do is you add a learning outcome, and we can say create a screencast. That's a type of online learning experience. You can add more description if you want, but then down here you add these 3 ranking items. But the way we do it is we do not have exceeds expectations. We have meet expectations, we have partially meet the expectations, and does not meet expectations. And if I'm doing 50 points, then I make like 35. Okay, let's do it in hundreds so you can make more sense of it. 100, 70, and 0. Basically means you did it, you kind of didn't finish it off, or you didn't do anything at all. It may be better to do 80, but anyway, that's fully completed, partially completed, didn't do it, and then you click update learning outcome. Okay, so you've got a group and you've got a learning outcome. Now you can move these between the groups, and you will typically have several per group. So I'll add another one. I'm going to pick from the ones I already did, create a web-based video. That's another type of learning experience. Again, I wish they would. Meets expectations. And does not meet expectations. 100, 80. And 0. Update the learning outcome. Oh, let's make sure this belongs in here. And I don't know why this one is to the left and this one isn't. That's weird. Huh. Have to figure that one out. Anyhow, there's 2 learning outcomes that belong to that group. Then we can add another. Oops. No. Cancel. We can add another group. The group is implement the ADDIE model of design, and that's the group. And then maybe I want to start, then I start adding the outcomes to that group as well. So again, I don't know why that one is indented and this one isn't. That looks like a bug to me, but I will send that in as a bug later. Right, so now you've created the learning outcomes, and you do this for the whole class. And basically, these match assignments, and these group assignments together into the high-level learning outcomes for the class. Okay, hope that makes sense. So these are going to be pulled into assignments. So I'm going to go back to my assignments. Well, actually, oh, by the way, you can look at assignments this way. I didn't say that before, so that's a good way now. You can actually click on an assignment through the front end, this new assignment, or you can actually click on assignments and get a list of assignments. Getting a list of assignments is only helpful for one thing. That is putting assignments in groups, and then also changing the dates. It's a lot easier in this format because you can change it right here, change the date, and once you've updated, you said update, and you can go through them one at a time. But you can't do it from the modules page. So that's useful for that. But also we do groups, and I'll explain that at a different time because right now we are in outcomes and rubrics. So now we're going to do the rubric. So I'm going to go to this new assignment that I did, and we've already got a rubric, so I'm going to edit the rubric. Where's my rubric gone? Interesting. Okay, there's an edit rubric button. Okay, so in this case I'm going to get rid of this, and I'm going to find an outcome criterion. So I've got this one and that one. Create a screencast, or I can do that one, and I'm going to add it and use it for scoring. Okay, so I've pulled this in from an outcome. This links up this assignment to the learning outcomes, and that's what we want to do. We want to link every single assignment, unless it's a quiz, needs to be linked to a learning outcome, which is linked to a group of learning outcomes. And you should say use this rubric for assignment grading. Now sometimes we need more detailed rubric inside of this rubric. So maybe we're going to give 100 points for the whole meeting of it, but right now what we're going to have to do is add the specifics back in, like we did before. So we might be giving them 100 points for just saying, yeah, they totally met it, but also we're going to give them points for the different elements of it. So there's a kind of two different things. One is meeting the overall learning outcome, and then the others are going to meet the individual elements. So I might, in the video, it might say video is 3 minutes long, and for that we're going to give them 50 points, and then we got another one. Say video contains 3 titles. Give him 50 points for that. William? Sorry, my son's just leaving. And then we're going to say video has transitions. Say OK. So now we have these 3 things as well as the link to the outcome itself. And we're going to say take the rubric, and that's how we do it. So you see, we've got to create groups, outcomes, and then link the outcome to the assignment. Sometimes it's a one-for-one. You don't need these individual ones, but if it's some kind of product where it has very detailed definitions for what makes it for what gets them the points, then it needs both, and both together equals the points, and that's it for outcomes and rubrics.